Okay. I just need to open up the...
Ready?
Yeah, give me a second. I need to get your evidence out. What is it, impact defense?
Yeah.
Okay. Ready? There are going to be a few problems if Farhan's last speech decision dropped in embedding weighing analysis on the dissent that is not integral in the loose nuke scenario, but rather the fact that it will lead to a regional war where Russia, China, and India will all be drawn in. The fact that the U.S. has vested interest in the region because of its troops in the area means that they will all be drawn in, which means that even at best, if all of his impact defense is true, is only contingent on a loose nuke scenario, which I have an unmitigated impact scenario that is outweighed. I'm making magnitude arguments all over the place about why this will escalate to global nuclear war, and at best, nuclear terrorism is regional because it is only one nuclear weapon. When you have the 4 global powers who are all vying for powers in the region, that means that it goes global. This is going to outweigh on scope because it is a global war. Second, it's going to outweigh on severity because nuclear terrorism, since it is one region, we have the ability to reverse that damage and come back and recultivate the region. But we have a global nuclear war between the 4 superpowers who have the majority of the nuclear weapons within the region. We can never come back from that. Conceded. Game over on the Util debate. Even if I don't win loose nukes, but I'll win it so everyone can learn how to weigh under Util. Let's go to the impact defense. Or sorry, let's go to line by line. You can say the international news can evidence indicate that drone increasing terrorism and uprising pactism. They are generating anti-American sentiment. That generates the uniqueness of this. And then you can send the B point that the link that the net generates a moral prohibition on targeted killing, removing the dregs of the technological counterparts from all corners of the world. The net is the only way to avoid the oncoming harms of the status quo. C. You can send the Toronto link, which is a Lancet 2010 evidence that indicates just are radicalizing the population with Pakistan. The civilian dust is sharing the relation to the United States and dispersing terrorism to unreachable parts of the country. The brink is now this establishes the brink for this area. Also is the reason why the Morehouse 2 evidence extends to the last speech about why they go into cities is only going to supercharge the link to this because one, they go into the cities. That is the planning stage for global escalation for nuclear terrorism, which is going to be another internal link argument. I think it's dropped the last speech why I control the internal link to nuclear terrorism because the only way that they can plan for that type of argument, they can only plan for that type of impact is when they're in the cities, and when they're in the cities, they're unreachable. So targeting you only would be ineffective in that region. Second, you can send the D point, which is the Damani 10 evidence indicates that these strikes are causing instability within Pakistan. The instability of internal war is not within the military as far as trying to misconstrue the conflict, but rather amongst the population when there's that tension between the populace and the government. That is what creates the violence and instability. That is what makes the United States and other countries worried that what cause of a being, which was the trigger the impact scenario. Is that rather than whether or not Pakistan is actually unstable, but it is a question of whether it is perceived as unstable, which is going to be the reason why none of this impact defense applies because it assumes that Pakistan is resilient, but the United States perception will still always be that it is unstable if the population is constantly rebelling against its government. As long as there is this violence, the United States will intervene, which will trigger the impact scenario. In the pit evidence, you can send pit 9 and Pakistan collapse cause global nuclear conflict, Jaws in China, India and Russia, Pakistan are on the brink of chaos. Again, I'm the only one who's giving you any sort of brink analysis about why this applies. Now let's go to them line by line. First, he says prefer Morehouse 1 because there's only one scenario every single time, but I'm at least giving you one scenario that will outweigh, even if he solves from suicide, bombing, terrorism every time, he is not going to be solving for this instance. Second of all, in his extension, he's conceding that Pakistan won't solve. Furthermore, all of my link claims are not contingent on whether or not target killing solves. It is the fact that target killing leads to this collateral damage, which leads to instability, so it doesn't matter if Morehouse 1 is right. Now let's go to the Muhan argument. Wait, hold on. The first argument you make. Well, first of all, group all of that is impact defense. One, my ad post-state is all from 2010 and onward. Hits it from 2005 and 2005. The reason why post-state is going to be key on this issue is because the waves of the operations in Pakistan have been changing, have been constantly shifting. We just withdrew troops from Afghanistan, and Pakistan is part of that Vietnam War, so we can read evidence from 05 and she'll try to read impact defense. So I'm the only one who's giving you any sort of truth came on the evidence. Second, this is only key to the loose nuke scenario. It's not key to the plank where it draws in China, Russia, and India, as I explained to you in the overview, which is going out way because it leads to a global war at best. Even if I'm losing nuclear terrorism, it's still regional terrorism. Second, his evidence is not specific to the Taliban and Al-Qaeda uprising. All these arguments about why Pakistan is resilient and why they can keep their loose nukes is specific to Sunni Shia conflict, but that is not the internal links in our meeting. I'm talking about Al-Qaeda uprising Taliban. Fourth, is not he says that they don't control the nukes, but his impact defense is about a accidental launch scenario, not about loose nukes. Semantic control is specific to accidental launch, so it's going to be another reason why impact defense is alive. Now, none of his evidence is going to even remotely apply, so I still have the loose nuke scenario. So let's weigh that. I control the internal link to nuclear terrorism because A is impact evidence provides no brink. The pin 9 evidence proves that perceptually and functionally Pakistan has over 100 loose nukes. That means that Pakistani collapse all organizations means which means that all organizations that have the means to get weapons can get them. Furthermore, the organizations he's talking about in his impact evidence all are high levels in Pakistan, which means that if Al-Qaeda is the scenario, they have a huge base in Pakistan. 100 loose nukes in their own playing field means a practical guarantee that they get them. B, even if he wins full sovereignty for all his arguments, he still only has a marginal reduction in terrorism as long as there are some cells of Al-Qaeda or Taliban existing in Pakistan during the collapse. That is sufficient to trigger the link to the dissent. C is impact evidence also seems that one theft was the theft of one nuke or dirty bomb between the Betsy acts as a regional scenario, but nuclear terror in Pakistan escalates globally because of the regional rivalries between China, India, and Pakistan because of the U.S. major interest of the reason. Second, after me winning the nuclear terrorism play, guys still outweigh the paid evidence explains why the U.S. will intervene in Pakistan if it collapses regardless of how the nukes are secured. At this point, I do not need to read any other arguments on the flow because he concedes utilitarianism. I am finding the only nuclear terrorism link and regional conflict link. I'm the only one who has access to extinction. He doesn't, but I will still win on the AC flow. First, go to the argument I make in Morehouse 1 about the killing of 1,000 terrorists. You can send the argument that the card concludes that we kill 1,000 terrorists, but that's not when we solve at the level of global. He doesn't provide what 1,000 terrorists means. He reads a piece of evidence next. He's saying that mid-level operators are the ones who keep, but he never quantifies whether the 1,000 terrorists killed were mid-level operators, which means that we don't know if those 1,000 terrorists actually were the key function to terrorist groups. It's still going to be reason why he doesn't solve this is unmitigated solvency deficit to the argument. Second, the number 3 argument I make is that his data range indicates that when terrorism increased globally during his data set, he says he never reads that evidence. Well, at least give me credence on that confusion. There is evidence that is in his case that says that terrorism increases globally. If Al-Qaeda and Taliban are 2 of the largest organizations in the globe, that is only going to supercharge my link. If they are increasing when using it, that means target killing is also ineffective. He's not going to access it. Remember, the size of the link determines the size of the impact. All of these arguments are in a function to reduce the link, which means that if he's winning a risk of nuclear terrorism, I'm still going to be outweighing. Now, go to the argument about Morehouse 2. Morehouse 2 was just going to supercharge my link to the scenario because it puts him in the seed. That's the planning stage. Lastly, he's conceding the argument, which is the extension of his own Morehouse 6 evidence that if the target killing renders if they change the operational measure of their organization because of target killing, that means that when we use it in the future, will no longer be effective. This is a game over defensive game about why he can't solve. The way the math boils down is Farhan doesn't even have access to his nuclear terrorism scenario because he's conceding too many defensive arguments on the AC. But even if he does, I control the internal link for 2 reasons. I solve for the planning stage, and I also solve for loose nukes of Pakistan.
Wait, before I start, can I have a sheet of paper, actually?
Yeah.
Borrow this pen?
Yeah, sure.
Right, we're starting on two pieces of evidence I read on the NC. First one's the Mulek evidence, and the last 2 pieces of evidence I read. You know what that is? It was Mulek and Daily Times.
Didn't you only read 4 pieces of evidence? So if you're starting on the first 2 and the second 2, then it's...
I think I read 4. I read 5 actually. So it's
okay, right.
So you want to put top 2, the bottom 2?
No, just the last 2.
Just the bottom 2, which are the
Pakistan instability, unlikely, and military will inevitably control things. Those are the 2 pieces of evidence.
I got you.
Yeah? Cool. Yeah. This should all be very clear. I'm going to put it on 2 different levels. The first level of winning is that all his entire impact scenario hinges on the fact that Pakistan will become unstable, whether it's because of the perception of the citizens or as a result of the military. If I win, that Pakistan will not become unstable no matter what, because my evidence is not from testified action from 2007, and it speaks to the incentive structure behind the military impacts. If I'm winning this argument, that means that it's a 0% chance likely for this impact scenario to occur, and I'm going to be winning on the affirmative case. So, let's deal with this first issue. Extend the Mulek evidence that the Pakistan instability is unlikely. There's no risk behind the fundamentals military intelligence officials were also after 9/11. My evidence specific to the Taliban. He says that my evidence is not from the Taliban, it's specific to the Taliban in Pakistan. It indicates that after 9/11 brought a major slip into the secular party, and Islamist Bashar always believed in removing programs Islam by moderate in the Pakistan state, but now this has to be commented very quickly, very little for a pro-Taliban policy, even wait and see Taliban policy ban getting rid of hardliners in Pakistan's intelligence agency military. The United States promised that fate, most military protocol nuclear this means that these fundamentalist military members who are part of the terrorist organizations were ousted after 9/11, meaning the military currently in Pakistan are going to be able to control Pakistan and be able to control stability. This means that even if he's 100% right, I believe the first 80% of his disadvantage is not relevant in this debate. So now let's go to Liveline. His response is that his evidence posted is better. His my evidence from 2007. I'm not making accident launch there whatsoever. I'm not going for that accident launch. I agree that that accident launch does not apply. I'm going for the military will inevitably maintain control, which is what he fails to control for the last week. My argument is that the 2007 has very little different Pakistan control. In addition, post-dating is not relevant because it speaks to the incentive structure behind the Taliban. Now, the next piece of evidence shows a terminal defense against disadvantage. The Daily Times evidence indicates the military would inevitably control things from behind the scenes. So, even if it's 100% right that these citizens within Pakistan will actually increase anti-American sentiment, it's going to cause instability because they're going to be pissed at the military and they're going to be pissed at America. That is not going to cause, and that's not going to be relevant whatsoever. So far as fundamentals, military members are already ousted out of Pakistan, and the military will be able to control things. So there's going to be stability. You can call for the PID evidence and the evidence and its disadvantage. All of it hinges on Pakistan's ability, no Pakistan's ability, gain or ratio on the disadvantage. Now go to the case. Oh yeah, sorry, go to the overthink here at the top. Remember, this is not true. The trigger argument about Pakistan's ability. Okay, yes, we'll go to the curve. Okay, so, first to say he's only extending defensive arguments in the case debate, but so far as his analytical defensive responses are not as good as the empirical warrants I'm providing on the negative case you'll be preferring, I'm going to have a much better strength of belief. But now let's go to Limelight. His first response is that I'm killing 1,000 terrorists never quantified. But first, yeah, it's possible to doubt it, but you have no reason to doubt my Morehouse evidence, and so far he's not reading other pieces of Morehouse evidence that my evidence is not targeting top leaders. My argument that the Morehouse evidence is targeting top leaders and middle leaders. The evidence I'm reading and the 1AR indicates that this is exactly what is necessary to destroy the incentive structure within these terrorist organizations to destroy and restrict violence. So he said my Morehouse evidence established that through a study over 6 years established that it decreased and killed 8.9 terrorists. He said the probability evidence says that they had the means and motives to do it. He said the various instances of this is more likely to result in nuclear terrorism. The other evidence he's written in the case does not matter because I'm beyond way on probability because it shows why it's linked to all like all different scenarios. While his is only talking about one.